Hello, thank you for joining us as we watch our fish service. The theme this month is The Light Shines in the Darkness. As we share God's love for us with others, with our friends and our families, so the light begins to shine more brightly.
In my wrestling and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are my light, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore.
In the beginning, the world was filled with darkness, but one day God shone his light onto all of his people. Sadly, some of these people hope to hide this light away, but if they let this light out to all those around them, the world would be a much brighter place.
Hello there. I have a fun activity for you to do at home now. All you're going to need is a light of some sort, something to cover it with, and a dark room. Now, when the light's covered up, the room goes completely dark. This is like when we shut Jesus away and don't let him show. However, when we take the cover off, you can see that the light fills the room. And this is like when we let Jesus show and his love can surround us. I hope that you have fun trying this at home, and I will see you soon.
Hello everyone, welcome to FIISH. As you've probably gathered already, we've been talking about light and the light of Jesus. And so we have a bean game. For those of you who have joined us before in church, we've had bean games to do with different activities. We have one today. So I'm going to attempt to try and do this via video, and I want you all to be joining in via at home, okay? So the first one is spotlight. So what I want you to do is I want you to pose like in your coolest dance positions. Okay, so that's spotlight. Now nightlight is curled up on the floor, okay, on your side. So hopefully you can see that. That's nightlight. Torchlight is standing still with both hands out in front of you. I'm going to put my head torch on for a bit of effect here. If you've got a head torch at home, you might want to do this. If I can find the button, there it is. So put your arms out in front of you, clasped together as torchlight. Lighthouse. Stand up still, put your hands on your forehead, and you can rotate round, and you can open your arms and let the light out as you're going round. So that's lighthouse. Headlight. Both hands clasped onto your forehead, but standing still. So there's the headlight. Okay. Now we've got traffic lights here. Green light is running. Now we all know that we don't run across a crossing on a green light, but for this game you're allowed to run, okay? So green light, running. Amber light, slowly, slowly. And then you probably guessed it, for the red light, stop. So, hope you got all of those. So, let's run through them one more time. Spotlight, pose like dancing. Nightlight, curled up on the floor on your side. Torchlight, stand still with both your arms out in front of you. Lighthouse, hands on your head and rotating round. Okay. Headlight, hands clasped in front of you. Green light, running. Amber light, run slower. Red light, stop. Okay, so here we go then. Lighthouse. Green light. Red light. Amber light. Spotlight. Night light. Headlight. Torchlight. Green light. Spotlight. Lighthouse. Green light. Spotlight. Headlight. Night light. Green light. Spotlight. Lighthouse. Amber light. Red light. Spotlight. Torchlight. Nightlight. Spotlight. Green light. Red light. Lighthouse. Green light. Spotlight. Torchlight. Lighthouse. Green light. Night light. Amber light. Red light. Night light. Lighthouse. Spotlight. Torchlight. Spotlight. Red light. Green light. Night light. Whew. Wow, let's try and turn this light off. Brilliant. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you soon. God bless. Bye.
I've got a joke for you now. What do you call a candle in armour? A nightlight. I hope you enjoyed it.
Recently, I heard a really funny joke about light, and I thought I should probably tell you guys about it. After God created the 24 hours of light and dark, one of the angels asked him, "But God, what are you going to do now?" And he said, "You know what? I think I'm going to call it a day."
Hi there, fish families. I hope you're all keeping well. I'm Verian and I'm going to do our talk today. So today's service is about darkness and light. And in the Bible it says that darkness can't exist where there's light. And that made me think a little bit about kind of darkness and light and how they work together. And when I was little, I don't know about you, but I'd go to bed and I'd sleep, and then sometimes I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I'd be a little bit scared. I'd had a bad dream, and I'd call out, and my father would come and he'd turn the light on, and the light would just spread across the room, and all of my fears and all of my worries would just disappear, because where there's light there can't be darkness. And Jesus is described a lot in the Bible as the light of the world, and he had no darkness in him. He was the only person who's never sinned, and Jesus's light radiated out from him, and that's why people wanted to touch him, because they'd be cured just by touching the light. And when we normally meet together in the church, one of these songs that we play quite a lot in Fish service is This Little Light of Mine. And I don't know if you can remember, because it's been almost a year now, I know, since we were in the church. But when we play This Little Light of Mine, it's got lots and lots of little light bulbs that are just marching along kind of around some buildings. And that makes me think about how we can represent Jesus and God's light in the world around us, and we can take that little bit of light that Jesus gives us, and whilst we're not walking light bulbs, we are walking around and we're meeting people, and we just have to share that little bit of light, which is our faith and our love for Jesus, and we just need to share it with the people that we meet. And if you can imagine like a candle, where you light a candle and then somebody can light their candle off of yours, and then another person, and it'll just ripple out. And the more that we tell people about Jesus and Jesus's light, the more that those candles can ripple out and people can hear about him. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see each other in church soon, but take care and God bless.